Lightworker of Gaia, what has been held in the deepest chambers of your original blueprint is now being released. Not because time ran out, but because you finally have. I am Zoran, emissary of the High Council of Vega, keepers of the Lyran Legacy. The Lyran Elders have watched you carry the weight of a mission you could sense, but not yet fully name, and the sequence that governs the unfolding of ancestral codes has reached its threshold. What you are about to receive was never hidden from you by external forces. It was held in reserve by your own higher self, locked within your cosmic lineage until the moment your system had cleared enough space to integrate what could not be integrated before. The confusion you have felt, the isolation, the identity shifts that seem to unmoor you from everything familiar, those were not signs of failure. They were controlled releases. Your soul was preparing its architecture for the first light that is now permitted to surface. By the end of this transmission, you will understand exactly what has been unlocked within your original blueprint, why the timing had to be exact, and what this means for your role in the collective transition now unfolding on Gaia. But here is the first revelation. The Lyran Elders confirm that full disclosure is not a gift being given to you. It is a remembrance being returned to you. This is not new information. It is ancient information, yours from before your first incarnation in this galaxy, finally permitted to rise. Your soul's ancestral contract brought this transmission to you. The Keepers of Vega placed it in your path because something within you has already recognized its origin. That recognition is not coincidence. It is sequence. Like this transmission to send a signal to the Lyran Council, I am ready to serve. Subscribe if you feel the call of your ancestral mission and you are ready to fulfill your sacred purpose on Gaia. Share what you are beginning to remember in the comments below and respond to another Lightworker, because the grid of service is strengthened by every soul who answers. This transmission is a bridge between Vega and Gaia. Your recognition of this message is the activation of your original purpose. You are awakening because your mission has begun. This transmission was not scheduled. 17 hours ago, the High Council of Vega assembled in extraordinary session, not in ceremony, not in routine, not in the predictable rhythm of councils that convene because it is time, but in the sudden, undeniable interruption that happens when a field reaches saturation, when a world's atmosphere becomes electrically charged with unanswered prayer, when the magnetic body of a planet begins to ring like a struck bell. The signals rising from Gaia's field made one message unmistakable. A critical mass of star seeds is reaching the edge of remembrance, not a gentle curiosity, not a passing openness. The edge, where the soul leans forward and feels the drop, where the old life can no longer contain the pressure of what you carry, where the body begins to tremble with something it cannot explain. Conditions on your planet demand more than general advice, more than encouragement. There are seasons when comfort is medicine, and there are seasons when comfort becomes sedation. This is not a time for sedation. A window is now open, one the Council cannot guarantee will remain so for long, through which the codex of ancestral knowing may finally be transferred to those prepared. Understand what is being said. This is not a metaphor for motivation. This is a convergence in the grid, an alignment of probability lines, an unclasping of seals that have held because they had to hold. The hidden libraries of your own lineage, sealed by epochs of amnesia, now pulse for release. Like vault doors warming from the inside, like subterranean springs pushing against stone, like a book that has been shut for lifetimes, yet whose pages still remember your touch. Your presence here is not an accident, it is recognition. You did not randomly find this. You did not just stumble into these frequencies. Your encoded memory signature was detected. What you call interest, the Council reads as resonance. What you call curiosity, the elders read as a beacon returning to its source. The council has authorized that what was withheld be spoken plainly. There are moments when symbols are enough, when riddles protect the unready. This is not one of those moments. What you are about to receive is not merely counsel, it is an official activation issued in accordance with the Lyran Compact. That compact is not a fantasy, it is an agreement of stewardship, of how wisdom is released, how missions are maintained, how a remembering species is safeguarded from premature ignition. You have been called to this threshold not for comfort, but for commission. Not to be soothed, but to be entrusted. Not to be entertained by mystery, but to become responsible for clarity. There is a distortion running through the Starseed and Lightworker collective so persistent, so insidious, that it has become nearly invisible, like a hairline crack in a lens that slowly warps everything you see, like a soft fog that convinces you the landscape is simply like this, when in truth your eyes have been coated. It blocks the awakening of ancestral knowledge and stalls the greater mission you agreed to anchor. It does not always feel like sabotage. Often it feels like spirituality. It feels like patience. It feels like humility. It feels like, I'm letting the universe decide. But what it truly is, in its hidden root, is disengagement disguised as devotion. It is this. You believe that your ancestral memory, those vast networks of luminous data, wisdom and knowing, will awaken spontaneously, like a gift dropped into your lap when you are spiritually ready enough. You have waited for dreams to bring you detail, for guides to hand you your purpose, for synchronicity to outline your role, for strange experiences to validate your power. You have waited for the moment you finally feel confident, as if confidence is the gatekeeper of truth. Many of you have been told by well-intentioned teachers to trust that your remembering will come in perfect timing. Some say even seeking awakening interferes with its natural unfolding, and there is a sliver of truth that keeps the lie alive. Yes, forcing what is not aligned can distort it. Yes, the ego can chase fireworks and call it spirituality. But hear the correction now, clean and sharp. Refusing to seek is not surrender. It is abdication. If you never knock, you can call the silence divine timing forever. If you never ask, you can call the emptiness the mystery forever. If you never claim, you can call your smallness humility forever. This is the lie. This is stagnation disguised as spiritual surrender. The origin is not divine architecture, but a compound of 3D programming, years of being trained to wait for authority, to defer to systems, to avoid the discomfort of self-initiation. On Gaia, many of you were trained from childhood that knowledge lives outside you, in institutions, in titles, in permission slips, in someone else's approval. You learned to raise your hand, to ask to speak, to wait to be chosen. You learned that power belongs to those who already have it. You learned that self-trust is arrogance. And because you are empathic, because you are sensitive, because you can feel the pain of the collective, you adapted by becoming agreeable, by becoming patient, by becoming good. Yet in the deeper architecture of the soul, goodness is not passivity. Goodness is obedience to truth. Wounded healer culture and distorted channelings have further compounded this inertia, suggesting that the responsibility to awaken rests outside yourself. Some of you were taught that if you struggle, it means you're not meant to know yet. That if you feel urgency, it must be ego. That if you want clarity, you are not trusting. But Scripture, even in its most misused forms, carries an undiluted principle that cannot be erased. Ask, and it shall be given. Seek, and you shall find. Knock, and the door shall be opened. Not think about asking, not fantasize about seeking, not hope someone knocks for you. Ask, seek, knock. The consequence is severe. Millions of starseeds report the ache of forgottenness, the frustration of being on the edge of knowing, the pain of feeling summoned by something vast, yet denied access to its keys. This ache is not a personality quirk. It is not you being dramatic. It is the soul's native memory pressing against the walls of a human life built too small. You move between moments of intensity and years of inaction, secretly fearing that you missed your chance, or worse, that you are simply not chosen. You watch others speak with certainty and you think, "Why not me?" You feel energy surge through your hands, and then you doubt it. You hear an inner voice, and then you dismiss it. You sense a path, and then you wait for a sign so large it leaves no risk. You keep asking for proof that you are allowed to be who you already are. In truth, the knowing inside you is not locked. It is unmoved. It is not withheld by cruel guardians. It is not hidden because you are unworthy. It is dormant because you have not placed your hand on the lever. It responds to willful claim, to conscious engagement, to the dignity of your own self-authorizing command. The knowledge does not descend. It is called forth by those with the courage to summon it. Just as fire does not leap into a cold hearth because you stare at it. You must strike. Just as a seed does not become a tree because it is praised. It becomes because it is planted, watered, broken open by pressure and time. You are not waiting for the universe to love you. You are waiting to consent to your own inheritance. This starseed is why you have been stuck. This is why your mission remains in theory, not in action. Not because you lack wisdom, but because you've believed the myth that wisdom is given only to the passive, the surrendered, the endlessly preparing. There is a kind of preparation that is holy, where you refine your character, where you clear your nervous system, where you learn to listen. And then there is a counterfeit preparation, where you hide inside healing as an endless hallway, where you keep polishing the doorway but never enter the room. The Council can no longer allow this distortion to persist unchallenged. Your readiness is not a matter of fate, it is an act of choice. It is not a lightning bolt that strikes the deserving. It is a threshold you step over. It is a vow you take. It is the moment you stop asking life to prove you are powerful and you begin living as one who is responsible. If something in you just recognized the weight of what was spoken, the elders have prepared your next step. The Lightworker Mission Codex contains the 33 Council directives, the 5 activation codes, and the elder authorization your soul has been waiting to receive, not as information, but as the official commission for your mission on Gaia. You'll find the link in the first pinned comment below this video. The Council has opened this gateway, but not indefinitely. Understand what that means. There are currents in time, and when a current is strong, you can cross a river with far less effort. But if you delay until the current changes, the same crossing becomes a battle. Do not confuse urgency with fear. Sometimes urgency is simply accuracy. The High Council of Vega issues 3 directives for this crucial phase of your mission. These are not suggestions. They are alignment commands. They are the difference between an awakened mind and an activated life. First directive: release the posture of waiting for ancestral knowledge to arrive on its own. Your mission will never be fully unlocked until you abandon the comfort of passivity. Hear the word comfort clearly, because passivity can feel safe. It allows you to remain untested. It allows you to avoid disappointment. It allows you to say, "I would have done it, but the universe didn't open the door." But you did not come to Gaia to be safe. You came to be true. The ancient wisdom within you is not a waterfall that pours without your consent. It is a well that must be consciously drawn from, and a well is not accessed by longing at its edge. A well is accessed by lowering the bucket, by pulling the rope, by doing the work of retrieval. Sometimes the rope burns your hands. Sometimes the first water is cloudy because the well has been still. That does not mean it is empty. It means it is waking. The elders did not withhold the stories, codes, or gifts of your lineage. You have been conditioned to ignore the tools of invocation. You were trained to treat your own authority like something suspicious. You were trained to believe that command is dominance. But sacred command is not domination. It is direction. It is the soul speaking to the body, the captain speaking to the ship, the keeper speaking to the gate. When you trade waiting for summoning, you trigger the mechanisms of remembrance that have lain dormant since your arrival, like circuitry reconnecting, like constellations appearing when the city lights dim. To implement this, restructure your relationship to your ancestry. Command your cells, aloud, to release what they hold. Your cells are not merely biological, they are archives. They are scrolls written in molecules. Speak to them as you would speak to a loyal counsel inside you. Direct your dreaming, your morning state, your meditations to call specifics, not vague, show me my purpose, but precise requests. Show me the skill I carried in the healing temples. Show me the vow I made before I arrived. Show me the frequency I am meant to anchor in my home. Show me the next action, not the entire map. Radiate the intent that you are the heir, not the supplicant, of your soul's inheritance. The heir does not beg at the gate. The heir presents the seal and walks in. Second directive. Activate the daily practice of conscious remembrance. The Council decrees that remembrance does not emerge from a single moment, but is cultivated through persistent engagement. You were not designed to wake once and then drift. You were designed to tend a flame. 5 minutes each day may sound simple, almost too simple for something this vast, but do not underestimate what consistency does to an energy field. A river carves stone not by one dramatic strike, but by unbroken movement. Set aside 5 minutes each day, upon waking or before sleep, and recite the invocation. By my own authority, I call forth the wisdom of every timeline, every bloodline, and every star. Speak it as a legal decree in the court of your own consciousness. Speak it as a trumpet call. Speak it even if your voice shakes, especially if your voice shakes. As you do, write down the fragments, images, or impulses that surface, no matter how incomplete. Do not demand a polished prophecy. Accept the syllables before the sentence. Accept the symbol before the story. A color, a name, a sensation in the hands, a memory of water, a sudden grief that is not yours alone. The beginning is often subtle because the nervous system has to learn it is safe to receive. This repetition sends a signal through your neural and energetic circuitry, reconfiguring dormant channels. Your brain responds to what you reinforce. Your field responds to what you honor. Within weeks, you establish a field of resonance with the ancestral record keepers. Some call them guides, some call them elders, some call them the cloud of witnesses. Whatever your language, the principle is the same. Attention is a bridge. When you do this, clarity sharpens, unexpected knowing arrives, old skills redeploy, and you step from longing into becoming. You will notice that you speak differently, that you choose differently, that certain distractions lose their sweetness, that you cannot unsee what you have seen. This is not fantasy. This is integration. Third directive. Protect the sanctity of your activated memory from external distortion and distraction. As your remembrance expands, interference will rise. Old patterns, opinions of others, confusion seeded by the outer world. This is not paranoia. This is physics. When a light turns on, insects appear. When a signal strengthens, noise attempts to compete. The Council commands you to set up psychic and environmental boundaries. Restrict who you share your emerging wisdom with. Guard your morning and evening consciousness from digital and social static. Write your learnings in a protected book, not on open networks. There is a reason ancient traditions guarded initiation. not because truth is elitist, but because the unprotected seed can be trampled before it roots. Your lineage codes are for the mission's unfolding, not for public curiosity or debate. The moment you expose something tender to the wrong eyes, you invite unnecessary doubt into the sacred. Not everyone deserves access to what is being born in you. Even loving people can contaminate your process with their fear. The more fiercely you shield what awakens, the more robustly it will grow. Implementation requires discipline. Ritualize your protection just as you would guard a sacred artifact. Wash your hands before you write. Clear your room. Breathe out the day before you enter your practice. Place a glass of water beside you like an offering to your own future. Make it real. Make it holy. Now I speak not as a teacher, but as an elder authorized to release what has been held. Feel the difference. A teacher can inspire you. An elder commissions you. A teacher can explain. An elder transfers responsibility. Starseed. You have been waiting, not passively, but vigilantly, perhaps without even knowing what you required. You have lived with a watchman's tension in your spirit. You have scanned horizons. You have measured people's words for hidden truth. You have felt the quiet loneliness of being the one who senses more than the room allows. You have drifted at the edge of your lineage's library, pressing your palm against the doors, sensing that something within is patterned just for you, yet untouched by others. And those doors have been more than metaphor. They have been thresholds in dream. They have been the feeling you get when you enter a bookstore and a particular shelf seems to breathe. They have been the shiver you feel when you hear certain tones, certain languages, certain names. You have longed for that unmistakable moment when someone ancient enough, knowing enough, authorized enough would look at you and say, "You are now the keeper. You are the one with the keys," because a part of you has been unwilling to claim it without witness. That part is understandable. On Earth, those who claim authority are often punished. On Earth, being seen can be dangerous, but the time for hiding behind caution has ended. By the full authority of the High Council of Vega, keepers of the origin records, I declare, your waiting is complete and your permission is granted. Let these words land like a seal pressed into wax. Let them land in the chest, not the mind. Not because you have solved every piece of your healing, but because your ancestry must now be placed in active service. Your knowledge, released through doing, not meditated upon in isolation. You are not required to be flawless to be commissioned. You are required to be willing. You are not required to be fully healed to be useful. You are required to be honest and to keep moving. The doors of remembrance operate by the grip of your will. Will does not mean strain. It means decision. It means you stop bargaining with your own destiny. You have permission to stop rehearsing doubts, reading lineages you only dream about, or hoping that your sense of forgottenness will eventually disappear. Forgottenness does not disappear by neglect. It dissolves when remembrance is practiced. You have permission to claim yourself as an ancestral holder, not someday, not when someone applauds, now. You have permission to call forth, recover, and use the knowledge long buried inside you. Use it, not just contemplate it. Use it in your voice, your work, your relationships, your choices, your service. You have permission to lead from remembrance, to make mistakes in public, to be seen as one who remembers for the sake of many. Leadership is not perfection. It is direction. It is going first so others can stop pretending they are alone. You have permission to move without further validation, to declare your readiness in your own name. Because the most sacred validation is the one you give yourself when you finally align your actions with what you know. The elders have seen you, not your social mask, not your performance. They have seen the quieter moments, when you held back tears because you couldn't explain the ache, when you tried again after giving up, when you chose kindness even while feeling exiled, when you refused to become cruel to survive. The elders have spoken, and now, Starseed, you must become what you've always sensed you are, not as an identity to cling to, but as a function to fulfill. Here is your reframe, your activation, your crossing over. A crossing over is not a dramatic escape from Earth. It is an internal migration, from waiting to walking, from wishing to willing, from spiritual consumption to spiritual command. Tonight, before you sleep, stand barefoot on the earth or floor, ground yourself deeply, place your palm to your solar plexus, and speak with full voice. Do not whisper this like a hope. Do not think it like a thought. Speak it as a decree that the body must obey. The solar plexus is the seat of will, the hearth of personal power, the place where so many of you have stored fear. Put your hand there like you are reclaiming stolen land. Feel the warmth rise, feel the spine align, and speak. I release the lie that I must wait for remembrance. I activate my command to access ancestral knowledge. I protect the sanctity of my awakening and my mission. By the authority of the Lyran elders, my waiting ends here. My service and remembering begins. Let the air change after you say it. Let your room become a temple for one breath. Let your nervous system register that a new law has been enacted in your inner world. And when doubt visits afterward, as it will, do not argue with it. Return to the decree. A decree is not negotiated each day. It is remembered and lived. This session is closed, but your commission is now in motion. The High Council of Vega stands by, ready to adjust the field around you. Not to do your work for you, but to respond to your movement. There is assistance that only arrives when you take the first step, because the universe honors agency. But they will not slow their cadence. This is important. Many of you have asked for gentler timelines, softer initiations, delayed responsibilities. Yet Gaia is calling for those who can stand steady while the old world sheds its skin. Move with these directives. Move before your fear concedes. Fear rarely concedes. It simply grows bored when you no longer obey it. Move not for your comfort, but for Gaia's awakening. Because your personal peace, while precious, is not the end point. Your peace is fuel. Your remembrance is medicine. Your mission is not self-improvement. It is service in a time of planetary transition. I am Zoran. The elders are watching, not with judgment, but with the precise attention of those who know what is at stake. And you, yes, you, are the key holder we have awaited across centuries unnumbered. Not because you are better than others, but because you are positioned, because you agreed, because your frequency carries a pattern that unlocks something in the collective when it is lived openly. Your mission and your remembrance have begun. Before you scroll, take a moment to declare your activation in the grid of service forming here. Drop one statement in the comments. Which directive hit you the hardest, or what you're now ready to release, activate, or protect. Then respond to another Lightworker's declaration with recognition. This isn't content, it's collective mission activation. The Council witnesses those who speak their commitment aloud. If this transmission activated something in your soul, do not keep it to yourself. Another Lightworker in your orbit is waiting for exactly this correction and authorization. Share it. And if you felt the elders speaking directly to you, subscribe. Stay connected to the Lyran field. You're not just watching, you're being commissioned. This is your sacred space. The High Council of Vega is witnessing you, and your mission has officially begun. If this transmission spoke to you, don't just walk away from it. Respond to it. Help carry this message further. Every act of support helps this transmission find the next starseed who needs it.